Hey there, everyone. Welcome back. You may be going, "Hey, what game is this? What are you playing?" I'm gonna go back and do some older games. Much older apparently. No, this is Sword and Shield for those who remember this one. Anyways, we're gonna go ahead and talk about how to get your seed without CFW. This method has existed for actually quite a long time. I've never actually made a video on it, but you can do it, and I'm going to do it here because I'm going to be adding some tools in the near future, and I want people to be able to have a resource here on this channel where you can figure out how to get your seed. So let's go ahead. I'm going to bring up my website. Here we go. This is currently on the my super secret dev website, which you get access to if you are a Patreon. But you will see here there's a Sword and Shield option, and this will be on live real soon. Ignore the PLA fun tools. I will fix that. This is not PLA anymore. But and you can see here that there's a couple of RNG methods that, again, we'll go into in the future. Right now, we're going to look at the Sword and Shield Seed Finder. So there is a method to get your seed without any CFW at all on your Switch. So you can go ahead and you can use this method to get your seed. So you go over to the seed finder, and you can see that it's going to record 128 motions. That is quite a lot, but it is doable. Go ahead and go to 128 motions, and then you'll be able to find a seed from that. So let's go ahead. I'm going to make this a little bit smaller now, this window here. So here we go. So this is the tool right here, and what you're going to want to do is open up your menu. Now, one thing to note is that unlike in Legends Arceus, if you've been playing that, where each MMO has a different seed and each spawn has a different seed and so on and so forth, Sword and Shield works very similar to Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, where there is a single quote-unquote main RNG, and that controls many of the aspects, such as the Cramorant, the overworld encounters. So you only need to do this one time, and then you get your seeds. And every time you boot up the game, or if you do a whole bunch of advances and you need to figure out where you are, you'll want to do this process again. But while you're in this menu, the RNG is paused. It will not advance in any way, shape, or form. So you're safe. You can take as long as you want here. You can even go and sleep your Switch, and you'll be fine. So in order to get your RNG seeds, you got to go ahead and go to Pokemon and select a Pokemon and go to its summary page. Now, one thing that people discovered is that whenever you click on the right control stick, your Pokemon will do something. Either it'll do a quote-unquote physical attack, which I believe that was a physical attack. Here they go again. Or they'll do something like that, which is usually like a roar or something like that. They've labeled it as a special attack. Every single time it does one of these, it advances the RNG by one time. So, if they discovered that if you can capture 128 of these, and the reason it's 128 is because your RNG is 2 separate 64-bit seeds. So you don't have to know why we need 128, but if you get 128 of these, which is a lot, you can then use that to find your seed. So let's go ahead and do this. So yeah, each Pokemon will do one of 2 moves. I'm going to go and I'm going to use this Dragapult here because I've practiced with it and I'm more familiar with it. So like, for instance, that is the quote-unquote physical. And yep, that's a physical again. Cool, we're just going to do physicals. There you go. That's the special. So what we're going to do is now we're going to actually start recording it. So here we go. We got a website. So if you look right here, it says right here how many you've done. But if you click these buttons, it'll automatically put a 0 or a 1 in here. Or you could also, if you feel like it, you could do 0s and 1s and 0 and 1 in there yourself. Alright, so let's go ahead and clear that out. So let's go ahead. So one other thing to note is that this seed it will find for you is actually the seed when you first started this whole process, but because it advances one time every time you hit the right stick, you're actually at advance 128 of that seed when you finish. So just note that. So if you're doing any sort of RNG with that seed, ignore results 0 through 128 because you can't get there. You've already passed it. So, okay, let's do this. Let's go ahead. Alright, so first one, that's a physical. Alright. Another physical. Physical. Okay, all physicals. Special. Alright, and you can see we've done 5 of our 128. So at this point, I'm going to speed up this video because this might take a little while, and I'll let you know when I'm done exactly how long this took me to do. But I'll catch you in a couple of minutes. So here we are. We've got our 128 advances. See that took me about 7 minutes or so to do. So it didn't take too bad. It wasn't too bad. Anyways, you've got your 128 advances. Now you can just go ahead and click Find Seed. There you go. That's all it is. That's all there is to it. So let's now that we've got our seed, let's go ahead and bring up our bigger screen here. All right. So things that I have to make my life a little bit easier is that it populates your seed in here and here, but if you want to use it for these RNG methods, you can always just click this update the sidebar with states. There you go. Now you don't have to copy things over. Worry about that. You can just go ahead and do that. Now, so remember, we're at state 128 at this point, but sometimes your results, your target might be way more than that. So if you close out of the menu, alright, so let's lower the screen there. If you close out of the menu, RNG starts advancing, and you're not really sure where you are. Like I don't. By talking to this person, RNG advances quite a bit. So on and so forth. Going into the wide world will affect RNG. That Moltres will affect RNG. Pokemon spawning in the overworld here and wandering around will affect the RNG. So now we have no idea what state we're at. Okay, so the question is, if I need to go 1,000 advances, how do I know? For like, I want to make sure I get a ball out of the Cramorant, the Cramomatic. How do I know where you are? Well, luckily there's another section of the tool here that you can use. So again, I'm going to open up my menu here so that RNG is paused. Now it's normally minimized, but it's here if you need it. So you want to make sure that you have your seeds in these sections right here. And now you're going to go, now let's go ahead and make this a little bit minimized. Okay, so you're going to put your initial advance. Now in this case, I'm going to put 128 because we started at 128. We can't go less than that. And then let's put in, I don't know, 10,000 as our max advance. So this is how many advances you think you want to check. So now let's go to a Pokemon summary screen, and you're going to record the motions exactly in here. Alright, so that was actually well, I don't remember what that was, but let's go ahead and do this again. Alright, so that was a 0, 1, 0. This one you have to type in yourself. 0. Try to get a few advances here. 0, 0. That was a 1. Alright, so now let's see if that is enough. Let me expand out this a little bit so you can see the bottom of this. Alright. Alright, so now let's click Find Updated State. It'll use the seeds here, as well as the motions that you just recorded and the advances. And okay, so we see that we have 46 possible results, which isn't enough to find a seed. So let's go ahead and do some more. 1, 1, 1, 1. Okay, let's see. Do we have anything there? Okay, now we're down to 5 results. That's close, but we still need to get down to 1, so do a couple more. 1, 0, 0. Okay, find updated states. Okay, perfect. And as you can see, here we go. You have 1 result, so it tells you what advance you are on now. So now, right now, we're at advance 1454, and it gives our states. And you can, of course, click this right here, and that will update the sidebar with these new states. So you can use that as your current advance 0. That's all there is to getting a seed in Sword and Shield. You can use this, as you can see, without any sort of CFW. You don't need to interface with the SysBot or anything. You're just putting in motions here. And once you have your seed, you can then use it for Overworld RNG, or for the 2 new methods that I'm going to be putting videos on shortly, Cramorant RNG and the Lotto RNG. So you can use those for those. The same RNG seeds apply to all 3. So we'll get into that shortly, but I just wanted to have a quick primer on this. Until next time, I hope you all have good luck with your hunts.